I never cease to be amazed at the talent that is in the Columbus, Ohio area. Picked up these 4 zines from literally my next door table neighbor at the Pickerington Comic Fest. They're really good. Hey everybody, it is Tom. It is FANzine Live. We're doing new releases today, and these are the last 4 zines that I picked up at the Pickerington Comic Fest, the tiny zine fest that we hit, that I hit a couple weeks ago, and I want to share these with you. But first things first, I was asked to share some information about this zine, which is really important. So let's put these aside for a moment and take a look. We are taking a look at an interesting little digital zine. This is called Furries in the Kitchen. And my next door friends at the Pickerington Comic Fest, upon discovering that I had a YouTube video zine channel, they asked if I could help them promote their cookbook, which goes to support people with food insecurity. I have nothing wrong with supporting a good cause, so I thought, let's take a look at it. This is called Furries in the Kitchen. It is drawn by Junior Vigorito, among other people, but you'll see there are a whole number of creators involved. But the gist of it is that they are trying to raise money to support this particular cause, which we'll get to at the end. And the way they're doing it is with a cookbook, a recipe book. So not only are you getting some tasty recipes, you also are getting some really neat anthropomorphic furry art. You can see all the different contributions. Neat little bit about food insecurity at the beginning. Kind of gives excellent context to the whole notion of what this is about. Then they go into the recipes, and you can see meaty stew, chicken rolls, Cincinnati chili, arroz con pollo, one pot pasta. I mean, look at the artwork too. This is really nice looking stuff. Alpine macaroni. Then you jump into the herbivore and omnivore stuff. Really like that one. Roasted pumpkin seeds, sunflower pesto. So if you're into furries, if you're into cooking, wow, look at that piece. If you're into all that, this is really a neat way to support a good cause at the same time. And here are some of the creators. You can see Junior is one of the people, but you can see the others as well. And you may be hearing my dog in the background. And then there's the organization, Securing Safe Foods. I can think of many worse ways to spend $7, which is what this PDF costs. I'm going to put a page up immediately following this with the information, but then I'll put the actual link in the show notes so you can take a look at that. All right, we are back. And yes, that is a very cool zine. And yes, it's a great cause. And yes, I hope you all support that. These 4 are by Junior Vigorito, who I sat next to at the Pickerington Fest. And interestingly, out of it, I didn't really ever get a chance to talk to her a lot because I was running solo at my table. She was on her iPad all the time doing some incredible work and talking with her customers. Plus, she had a friend with her, so the two of them were talking. So we didn't really get a chance to talk right until the end. And then we discovered all sorts of cool stuff about each other, such as she is a graduate of the Columbus College of Art and Design, which has a comic art program. They also have an animation program. She is apparently an animator, but likes making zines off the side, probably to scratch some creative itches and perhaps to also be able to show off some of those skills. We're going to take a look at these 4. You will get a good sense of what Junior Vigorito is about by the time we're done. So we're going to start with Float. Float is a standard 8.5 by 11, one-sided, crumpled, or not crumpled, but cut down the middle, folded together zine. You can tell immediately that Junior has some skills. This appears to have been done in colored pencil. I'm going to see if I can get up close and show you guys. Yeah, there it is. You can see the colored pencil. So yeah, some really nice, gentle line work, nice features, simple drawn, but definitely animation friendly. Says when I was little, I thought floating was a talent. Either you could or you couldn't do it. Look at the eyes, look at the face. I mean, that's like a Disney caliber type thing. Look at this nice landscape piece. Got your surfboards, your umbrellas, the sun in the background, nice and gentle, the seagrass floating out in the water. Very cool. And this is a piece about, yeah, Junior is a comic creator from Ohio. They like dragons and turtles. So very cool. I like Float. Next one we're going to look at is called The Art of Existence. If you look back at Float, especially up here at the lettering, you can see that they used a darker pencil, like maybe a gray or something like that, and then probably finished it off with the blue, with the dark blue. It's kind of a combination feel there. This one, it looks like the pencils, if you will, were done in red. So you can see, looking at this, they did the lettering underneath. And it wasn't perfectly spread out. The A started a little early, so they moved that over, and the of had to get moved over a little. But you can see this is neat, almost from like a process point of view. Same done with underneath with the name. You can see how the artwork was created, how the figure was created. You can see the roughed out hood on the character, and the way that the landscape was set up. I'm really, not being a good artist myself, it's always fun to see how those who are more proficient get their work done and what they do on their, if you will, their underlayers, and then how they go over it. Usually you don't get a chance to see pencils under the inks like this. One thing to perfect a skill set or an art form, it's another challenge to simply exist. And again, you can see, did a lot of work here on this turtle, not as much on the cat. But had to reposition the turtle and got it to a much better position. Really nice. The other thing I like about this is it's clearly a personal zine. The challenge to exist, existing with the sun, existing with the animals, existing with their body, existing in the classroom. Almost a manga type effect on those figures, as opposed to the more, if you will, Disneyfied one there. Somebody likes their Japanese food, that's for sure. And reads Akira. I think we're talking about a manga fan. One Piece as well. Exist with the feelings. The current comics, finished comics, and those yet to start. Oh, I love that. I love that, the light bulbs. I've got so many ideas and not enough time. Lord, that's the story of my life. Nice about the family, the friends signified by the cell phone. Nice stuff. Then Junior did this. This is the daily life drawing. And this reminds me, was it done in October? I'm not sure if it was. Yes, do an October challenge. Okay, so this is just an October challenge. You've all heard, hopefully, of Inktober. I like this one. It's done. It is saddle stitch. It's done in a little bit glossier paper. This is a kind of a glossy feeling saddle stitch digest type book. But this one's done in a glossy, almost like a cardstock, at least on the outside. A little less so on the inside, but saddle stitch. But I like how it's made on the edge to look like a notebook. That's a really neat thing because it's, kind of a sketch pad for your daily life drawing. But anyway, you can see daily piece. Inktober, they give you a bunch of prompts. I'm not sure if Junior used the prompts or just decided that the challenge was going to be just do a life drawing once a day. Because apparently, says, I'm going to be honest, growing up, I wasn't the biggest fan of drawing from life. I prefer drawing from imagination. And discovered that reality does play a role in creating fantasy. So we're going back to our basics. And each day is a different set of sketches. Some really nice looking pieces. I mean, the realism there is fantastic. Look at this. Looks like a Barnes & Noble. Back to the turtle. Gorgeous looking one. CXC from 2022. They were there. Got to see Grace Ellis. Trung Le Nguyen, the making of the magic fish. View from their table at CXC. Haha. Books to read. Somebody went to CXC, then the next day they've got their haul and they don't want to have to do it. They don't have to do their work. They want to read their books. Medicines. Cats. I love this. The kid slumped over the arm of the chair, watching TV, eyes expressive, looking straight up, doing a little bit of a hand study at the same time. One of those still life of the daily comforts. Look at the dog and the goat. Beautiful. Nice looking statue. Gorgeous. View from my car waiting outside the doctor's office. A mask. D&D dice. Those are hard to draw. When you've got all the different sides, your 12-siders and your 10-siders and your 20-siders, that is a hard thing to draw. Good for you. Nice looking flowers. Gnomes. Oh, these faces are neat. Those are more animation style faces. Nice looking Disney-fied turtle. Oh, those are good. Nice landscape. The Hocking Hills. Wow. Love it. Daily life drawing. Another neat looking book. And then lastly, we've got Masks, A Tribute to Faith by Junior. It's got a content warning on it. Gotta be thoughtful about these things. But as you can see, we're talking about the notion of wearing masks. And I'm going to read a little bit of this just so that you get the background. So in a sense, to create and tell a story, you're performing in a mask. Faith's performance was a new calamity. Behind her mask was her struggle with cancer. I created Growing Up Gerudo with my friend Roy to mask my emotions when I heard about my father's cancer. Aside from Zelda inspiration, masks and cancer are a theme for Faith, a new calamity, as much as it is for Growing Up Gerudo. Or Gerudo, I guess it would be. New Calamity is about Link's survival and persistence to build a new life after cancer. So it's tough. I mean, to take the sketchbook notions inserted into a meditation on death, dying, and cancer, I mean, this is hard stuff. But it is nice. I mean, I especially enjoy the flowers there, and then I believe those are Legend of Zelda images there. And then they all kind of come together. Rest well, our champion. Very, very cool. Nicely done. All right, so we've got Masks, Daily Life Drawing, The Art of Existence, and Float, all by Junior Vigorito. I am going to put a link in the show notes at least to their social media. Hopefully I can find a storefront or something where you can pick some of these up if you're so interested. Really nice work. And that concludes the Pickerington Comic Fest. It wasn't a massive operation, but I did get a chance to meet some really neat people, as you can tell from both this and the prior video from last week. Had a really good time. It's always good to get out and do Zine Fest. Thank you so much for watching. This has been FANzine Live, new releases from the Pickerington Comic Fest. Please feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, leave a comment if you're interested, and tell your friends about FANzine Live, because the more people who get involved with FANzine Live, the more fun we all have. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I will catch you next time.
Yeah.